The following is a production by Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. You can support Lone Star Community Radio by donating and sponsoring programs just like this. For more information, check us out online at irlonestar.com. This segment is brought to you by
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
And we are back. I am Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News, and sitting across from me is my guest, Kelly McDonald, and she is a representative. She is a Republican candidate for State Representative House District 3. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning.
So, Kelly, there's so much about you that people want to know. You know, first of all, you're a mom of 3 kids.
That's right.
You're a wife of John.
That's
and
right.
you live in Magnolia, right?
Yes, so John and I have lived in Magnolia for over 20 years. We've been married for 27 years. And we have 3 great kids, Katie, Jenny, and Johnny. They are all grown. They all graduated from Magnolia High School. They're all almost graduated from college. Our youngest is a senior at Auburn. But we are almost to that finish line on college years, and they're all in the workforce now. So we're really proud of them.
And none of them live at home, so you're embracing the time you can spend with them.
Exactly. Yeah. So for the holidays, it's been a massive just bunch of fun things. We were making cookies. We were doing things to make memories around the house. It's so rare when we're all together. So it's just been such a great holiday so far, and we're so excited about the new year. Everyone, in fact, all 3 of my kids and my husband are starting a new job in January. So
Really?
it's kind
Wow.
of exciting.
So what
Great
kind of things, tell me about your kids.
So our oldest is Katie, and she graduated from high school and then went off to college in England, got a fantastic job with LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, and now she works for Dior in marketing, and she lives in Dubai, which we absolutely can't believe her success. She's doing amazing, and she's worked so hard that she is getting her promotion in January.
That's exciting.
So that's super exciting. So we're celebrating that
Dior,
over
wow.
the holiday. Yeah, it's amazing. It's just amazing. And our middle child, Jenny, she lives in Boston. She runs a management side of the construction company in Boston. They build skyscrapers. She works for Suffolk Construction, and she's on a 5-year project to build a $500 million school for Boston. So very impressed with what she's doing.
Wow.
Super exciting, as busy as she can be. And she has just been told that she's getting a raise, which is even better than a promotion,
Wow.
I think. So she's doing fantastic. And our son, Johnny, is a senior in industrial engineering at Auburn University, graduating in May. So we are very, very excited for him. I have no idea what the future holds for him, but we're excited. with that degree, he can definitely change the world.
Absolutely.
So
engineering's a hot field.
It is. So, and he's a math kind of guy like my husband. So I have no doubt in the world that he's going to be a success. So especially with all the businesses headquartering in Texas. Johnny is our Texas guy. He will be a Texan for
so he'll come back
ever.
after he graduates.
Yeah, we're excited.
Wonderful.
Good times.
Wonderful. And John?
John has just been promoted to COO of his company. We're so proud. He's been with American Bureau of Shipping for 25 years, and he just received that promotion, and he is doing fantastic. So we're just all in awe of him, and the leader of our family is showing us how it's done. So
you have a lot going on, and it's
do.
really nice when the kids can all come home, kids, young adults, whatever, and make more memories. So let's talk a little bit about who you are. So what is your profession by trade?
So I've been a real estate agent for the last 20 years here in Montgomery County, focusing mostly on the Woodlands and Magnolia. And that's been a great job for me because it's had me able to bring people into the community that I love, tell them all about the schools, make sure that they make a great choice, and then I just get lifelong friends along the way. And it's been a job where I could go to when my kids were in school, in the elementary school and all of that. I was able to go to their Christmas parties and Valentine cookie baking things and all of that. And now that they're grown and out of the house, it's just been a great job for me to get to know the community better and interact with leaders in the community, and just because I want to make sure that the people that I'm selling houses to are making the perfect choice. I can tell them all day long how great this area is.
It's a home, not a house.
Exactly.
So meaning it has personality,
This
and
is where
that's
their kids are
their
gonna grow
comfort
up.
area.
Yes.
That's safety, all of that. Things that, a place to make memories.
That's right.
So all of that is important for you to be involved in the community. So you've been an elected official in the past.
Mm-hmm. So I just completed 5.5 years on the Magnolia ISD School Board. It's a job I loved so much. I am a protector of children. I loved protecting my own children, but now they're all grown in the work world and out of schools, and I just wanted to continue giving back to the schools that gave so much to my kids. So I ran for the Magnolia ISD School Board election, and I was successful in that in 2 terms, and just did everything I could to promote the schools, promote the kids, make sure that the student success was everything it should be, making sure the teachers were well supported, and I feel like there was so much I needed to give back for what they gave my kids. So I loved that job very much, but I ended up just now releasing my seat so that I could run for this position for state representative. It was very bittersweet because it's a job I love so much, but I just feel like when God gives you gifts, you need to use them. And I feel like that He's given me this opportunity, and I believe I'm the right person for
He gave you the go-ahead to move forward,
yes,
right?
Yes, and when so many people encourage you to do that, it just felt right. So when God's telling you to do it and things are falling in place, it's the right thing. So it was a good
So
thing.
there's been a little bit of controversy with Magnolia ISD.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me your feelings on that in a positive way of what's going on and all that, because people do
Sure.
have questions about that.
Sure. I can tell you in my 6 years in Magnolia ISD School District as a school board trustee, I felt so honored to be among those trustees. They're the most Christian, strong leaders that I've ever had the privilege to be with. I've watched their decisions that they've had to make, and they've always had the students' best interest in mind. They've always put God first in their decisions, and we've always done the right thing. I know the superintendent, Dr. Stevens, he told me a story one time when there was so much controversy and he was going through so much. I came up to him one time and I said, Dr. Stevens, thank you so much for what you're doing. I know that it's hard sometimes. And he turned around and he said, well, Miss McDonald, I feel like that I've been raised up for this moment. and God wants me to be here. And it just gave me such peace to know it. I'm so glad that he's at the helm of that school district, and everything is going to be okay, because that's where his heart is. So anyway, I tried to remember that, and I remember that even still today, going forward in what I'm doing in the future. Magnolia ISD School District is a phenomenal place to raise your kids.
You know, and they did a great job of changing things up during COVID, and you were a leader on the board in going through all that and having to make decisions for the safety of the kids, the teachers, the staff, all of that. From the presentation I saw, it was very well thought out, and
we labored over
prevented
those decisions.
a lot of illness, COVID-related illnesses.
Right, and Dr. Stevens, the superintendent, his main goal was for as soon as possible, as safely as possible, we want these kids to have a normal experience. We want things to get back to normal. And he stood by that. He took a lot of heat for that. But our school district has been so blessed because of it. And we have come out fantastic after this pandemic and all of that's over with. So, yes, his leadership, the leadership of the board, I can't say enough about how happy I am. And the teachers that we have that spent hours and hours and hours not only doing their normal teaching job, but also working at home through Zoom and making sure that the kids had what they needed, then also spending their own money to go out and buy supplies for the kids and try to make the best of the situation. It was stressful for them, and so they're the real heroes of this. I'll never forget their story. So anyway, I could talk all day long about Magnolia ISD.
Well, and because you care so much and have so much passion for education, you are also you contribute and sponsor things for their foundation, right?
I do. Magnolia Education Foundation is an organization that raises money for the teachers of Magnolia ISD. So they want to give back to the teachers as much as possible. They do things all year long, and so I support them 100% because they're doing everything for their teachers. So they're a great organization. I try to give to them as often as we could. We just had the Santa Claus breakfast. I know you were there. That was the most amazing experience for our community. Thousands of people, maybe not thousands, but it seemed like it. Just happy kids, happy people in our community, and Magnolia Education Foundation made that happen. So they're a great organization.
A lot of feel-good stuff. So your involvement in the community, there's other things you're involved in. Tell me a little bit about, say, Rotary. You've been involved with Rotary for how long?
Yes, so I've been a Rotarian for 8 years now. The Rotary Club, it's just a fantastic group of giving people. Our motto in Rotary is service above self, and I can tell you that the people in the Magnolia Rotary Club are some of the finest people I've ever known, because they will do anything to serve the community. We've done things, every year we put on a group project that we raise money through grants for, and we do something to benefit the community. We've put in a handicap swing in Unity Park in Magnolia. We've built a raptor cage for endangered birds for a nonprofit. We have helped an organization that combats human trafficking. We do something like that. Oh, we also did a program where we gave first-generation college students in Magnolia ISD laptop computers. So our grant is only for $3,000, and then we have to raise them more money if the project's bigger than that. So we ended up raising over $50,000 that year through the community's help to help those first-generation college students for Magnolia ISD. So super proud to be a Rotarian. I'm serving as president this year. Our grant this year, it's very exciting. We're doing a job shadow program with students that are in the CTE program, Career and Technology. And, not every child is going to go to college. We acknowledge that, and especially after the freeze that we just went through last February, we need people in trades that know how to fix things, and so we're helping those kids step forward through this grant. So it's very exciting, something we've never done before, and it's going to benefit a lot of kids.
So you have proven leadership in the Magnolia Rotary. You've been president twice.
Yes, this is the second time as president.
And you don't just sit sit there. You actually get out and do things in the community, right? You have
That's
feet on
right.
the ground.
That's right. We are
You
feet
walk
on the
the
ground.
walk.
We put on the Magnolia Bowl every year, which is the greatest football on the planet. Magnolia ISD, the Magnolia Bulldogs against the West Mustangs, and we put a big tailgate party together. And all of those funds that we raise go straight to scholarships for the kids for Magnolia ISD. So we do a lot. We do a whole lot every year. It's something that we don't take lightly.
So also you're involved in a few other things, quite a few actually. So you were appointed as the Housing Authority
Yes.
representative.
So for Montgomery County Precinct 2, I am currently the Housing Authority Commissioner, and we oversee federal funds that come in to make sure that the elderly, the disabled, also veterans, all have safe housing. So that's something I enjoy very much. It ties in really well with my real estate career and my public service life, and it really makes me feel good that I can do something for Montgomery County residents, especially veterans, that we help. It's a great job. I love it.
And that actually ties into two other organizations that you're part of, right?
Yes. Habitat for Humanity. I am recently appointed board member at Habitat for Humanity here in Montgomery County. And what I love about Habitat for Humanity, it's an organization, it's faith-based. And so we build homes for people. And what I love is it's not a handout, it's a hand up. Each person that is benefiting, whether it be a veteran or someone that needs this home for their family, maybe it's a single mom with their kids, they put in 500 hours plus building someone else's house.
Sweat equity.
Sweat equity, that's exactly right. They have to put those hours in on someone else's home, prayerfully, and
A
hardworking.
neighbor's home. So they get
Yes.
to know the neighbor too.
Yes, and so they build these communities of people that know each other already, that have worked hard for each other, and the pride that you see in these people that are finally getting their home. It's just makes you cry your eyes out. It's a great organization. I'm so proud to be a part of that. So it just all ties in really well together.
It all just makes sense. Everything, your experience as a realtor, your experience in the Housing Authority, and now you're a board director for Habitat for Humanity in Montgomery County, and also Montgomery County Veterans Commission.
Yes, let me tell you a little bit about that. So, and I serve on the board with you, of course, but I am so proud to be a part of the Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Park. And Judge Jimmy Edwards, the beloved figure here in Conroe, he has made it his mission to give back to this nation by making a world-class museum, education center, and Veterans Memorial Park here in Conroe. It's the most beautiful tribute that I've ever even known about. It's going to be amazing. So I'm very proud to be a part of that and to have learned so much about veterans. I'm not a veteran, but I have veterans in my family. And just to be a part of an organization that will allow me to serve veterans in this way, I'm just so thrilled, and I know you are too.
Absolutely. So we talked a little bit about your background. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk a little bit about your commitment to the position and your candidacy.
Sounds great.
Okay. I'm Margie Taylor, and we will be right back.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
Hello, I am Margie Taylor, and we are talking with Kelly McDonald. It's a Republican candidate for State Representative, House District 3. And we learned a little bit about her background, but now I'm going to ask the question, why? Why are you a candidate? Why are you seeking this position and things you've learned? And we're going to go down that road. So, why are you committed to being a candidate? Why did you choose to do this?
Well, I think you just have to hear the story of, when I was a Magnolia ISD school board member, I loved serving the schools and the community and the families. And also, something we didn't talk about is that I am also an active member in the Magnolia Chamber of Commerce. And my job at the Chamber of Commerce is the Government Affairs Chair. And didn't really know what that meant, but I started digging it. So basically that job entailed that I volunteered for was to follow all legislation on the state level, anything that a business owner would need to know about their business to help them. So it intrigued me. I really started digging in, reading all bills that were going on in the state legislature. Also, anything on the county level or the city level that any business owner would need to know.
Like Commissioner's Court and things
like
that.
Commissioner's Court. I went to the city council once and advocated for a business that was unhappy with the building that they were in, and they actually got involved and helped. So it was exciting. I liked that. I liked being serving the community in that way. And so the more I dug in, the more I loved it, and the more I saw that there's really an opportunity here that the community needs. I could serve the community in a greater way. And so I started to follow legislation. Like, for instance, out of this last 87th legislature, Senate Bill 5, that was all about protecting animals and not mistreating them and tethering them. And I was really intrigued on how important that was to the community. So I started really following it and giving people updates on it. And
that was a big bill.
It was a very big bill. And I'm so proud that after 7 years, that finally got passed. 7 years of advocacy for people that just love their animals so much and wanted to make sure that they protect them. And so many people, once they learned that I was running for state representative, they would call me and ask me, can you help us with this? Can you? I wish that I already were in the job. I could work so hard on their behalf, but I could at least give them information for it and celebrate with them when it finally got past the governor's desk. So that was a big bill. But that's just one example. There's so many more examples in public education that I was following, just to protect our schools from critical race theory. That was very big this
That
session.
is a big one.
My dad told me one time, if you want a job, the best way to get a job is to pretend you have the job, just do the job until somebody gives it to you.
Right.
So that's what I've been doing for the last year. I have been following every piece of legislation, going around to the county commissioners, the city leaders, the constable's office, the fire departments, talking to business owners and just citizens.
And other chambers,
and
too.
other chamber of commerces, yes, and just asking them, what is it on a state level that you're not getting that you wish that you had, and finding out what their needs were, and then figuring out, okay, how can I make that happen? So already I'm learning, how do you make a bill? How do you get that going? I'm just one person. How do you actually? I'm not an attorney, but how do you make a bill? So I already have my plan going forward, because I'm a kind of person that just hits the ground running. After talking with all these people, there's 3 or 4 things already that I know that I want to do. So, and I'll do whatever the community needs. And I think that's the real point, is if you get out in the community and you're active in the community and you ask them what it is that they need that they're not getting and figure out a way to get it. That's my strong suit.
So it's about being present.
It is. It's being active and present in the community, which I strive to do every day. It's about listening and actually feet on the ground, moving, getting it done. There are so many legislators that I've admired this year that have all over the state of Texas that have hit the ground running and put in several bills from the day they have an opportunity. Because what I've learned, it's almost like, back in the day when we used to listen to "I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill" on television and see the process on the United States government, how you pass a bill. It's the same way in the state of Texas, right? So just to get something like Senate Bill 5 passed, it's so many steps, and it just takes somebody that is determined to get it done. And I've seen so many examples of legislators, because I've been following them all year, that are determined. They hit the ground running from day one and push that bill through because it's important to their community. And that's the kind of person I'm going to be.
Well, I like to hear that. And Senate Bill 5 resonates because, again, it's about cruelty to animals.
Right.
And I do know that the person who is presently in this role has voted against it continuously, which it's about giving shelter and water and things like that to an animal that's being restrained. So we will move on from that. And, it's interesting because you have been to the fire departments. You've listened to what their concerns are. You're still ongoing to different constables and commissioners and finding out what they need, noise ordinance, things like that, and how you can help change the laws for residents in Texas, in our community.
Let me give you another example. So I was having breakfast with some retired police officers, and they told me a story about, we were talking about how important pro-life is. We were all pro-life at the table. And, you hope every woman that's in a position where they're going to have a baby, that they choose life. And so he told me a story about a woman that he met that had chosen life. She had been raped, unfortunately. And the reason this police officer knew about it is he had been given a judge order to go out to this woman's home. At this point, she had already raised the baby. The baby's 1 or 2 years old. And the rapist's parents wanted to have grandparents' rights on that child, where the rapist that had never had any parental involvement at all. So anyway, the grandparents got a judge to write an order. This officer was going out to remove that child from the mother's care. And while he was on that call, the mother explained the situation. And so the police officer took it upon himself to call the judge. The judge said, "I had no idea that was the case. I'm rescinding my order." And so the police officer told me, if and when you get into this office, we need a bill that says if you rape someone, you will never have any parental rights. I think that's something I'll do on day one for that officer. That's what I love about hitting the ground running right now and pretending I have the job already and finding out what's important. I'm going to get that done. And I wouldn't have known about that had I not seen him. So, and I appreciate that.
So you're advocating right now. You're getting out there, you're listening to people, and you're committed to the position before you have the position.
That's right.
Like you said.
Right.
So we're going to take another quick break, and then we're going to talk about your values and your platform.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll be right back. I'm Margie Taylor, Taylorized PR, Conroe Culture News.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
Hello, I am Margie Taylor, and this is our final segment of the day with Kelly McDonald. She is a Republican candidate for State House Representative in District 3. And you know, it's interesting. So District 3, where is that area? It's all of Magnolia.
Yes,
It's a smidget of the Woodlands.
exactly. A smidgen of Conroe,
Yes.
smidgen of Montgomery.
Yes.
And then it goes all the way over to East County,
Porter,
New
Grangerland.
Caney, Grangerland, yes.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a great bunch of communities.
So you're involved in the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber, the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce, the Greater Magnolia Parkway Chamber of Commerce, and the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce.
That's right. It's important for me to be involved in all of those Chamber of Commerces because business is very important to Texas. So I will always be a strong supporter of Texas businesses.
And let's talk about things that are important to you. Tell me what you represent.
I think the most important issue right now in our country and in Texas is American values. This is the time that Christian, conservative, wife, mother, women, people that have good values have to step forward. And that's what I'm doing. I'm stepping forward to serve just like other Christian conservatives. This is the time. I just feel like God's calling us at this time to step forward. We've been called for this moment to do it. And I just think that our kids need to see hard work ethic. They need to see patriotism. They need to see why we're proud to be Americans, why we're proud to be Texans. Texans lead the way. I know that because I'm a born and raised Texan, and so are my kids. But I want everyone to know in the nation, this is how the nation should go. And you've heard, I'm sure, several times, so goes Texas, so goes the nation.
That's right.
Absolutely.
They follow,
the truth.
they watch. It's
Yes.
absolutely true.
Yeah, when we travel to see family in extended areas, we turn on the television, they're talking about Texas. So I don't take that lightly.
You don't mess with Texas.
You don't.
Okay, so tell me some of the things that your core values.
Well, the Second Amendment, I'm a defender of the Second Amendment. My dad was a policeman. I think it's everyone's right to protect their family. Law-abiding citizens should be able to have that right. I'm pro-life. I back American values, conservative values. I am a huge supporter of law enforcement. I will always protect law enforcement, always protect veterans, and honor them as they should be.
Tell me about state income tax.
Yes.
And all of that, and
Yes.
property taxes.
Property taxes in Texas are some of the biggest taxes in America. And that's largely because of the way that we fund our public education. And so I'm drawing on my experience in the school board and seeing how public education is funded. I'm also drawing on being a real estate agent and understanding how people are being taxed out of these homes that they've spent their entire life paying off. And it seems like the taxes just keep rising. So we have to have a better way to fund public education. So I think that that's going to be my number one priority going into office, is working with other legislature people, senators that are already working on it and have some solutions. But I think it's going to take people that get in there and kick it through the gold line, because we have got to find a way to make sure that our public education is sound, but not on the backs of our property tax. There are ideas that are floating out there.
I heard of one
Yes.
through the land commissioner office.
Yes, that's actually a very good idea. His idea was to make sure that we're properly using the funds that we have cutting back on our expenses and in the budget, and also making sounder investments with that public education fund to find more money to go toward public education. I will never vote for a state income tax. I am so proud that Texas is one of the very few states that does not have an income tax, and I will always make sure that that stays the same. But I think that there are ways that we can spend more carefully and make careful investments. So I will work very swiftly and engage heavily on making sure that our property taxes get lowered.
So conservative, fiscal,
Yes.
sound,
Yes. I think that that is one of our most important
family
issues
values,
that we have to.
things like that.
Absolutely.
So what would you like to see done differently?
I would like to see legislators actually all have the same work ethic to serve Texas. I think that you should hit the ground running from the moment that you are privileged to be in that office and already have bills to put forward. Because this is so important. These issues are so important. The Texas legislature only meets every 2 years. You can't waste that time. So what's important to Texans, you have to get done. So that is my mantra. That's how I'm heading into this job. I am already meeting with, as I said, with the constituents and to find out a game plan ahead of time so that I can hit the ground running and make a difference. And I hope that all legislators do that.
So you have one opponent who's been in office for
10 years.
10 years, and there are no Democrat opponents, correct?
Correct.
So whoever wins the primary
That's right.
will obviously win.
That's right.
So if you were to win the primary, which early voting is in February,
That's right.
March 1st is election day, you will start then?
Yes, I'm already starting. I'm already starting an agenda of getting things done for the citizens of House District 3. I just think it's so important. We have no time to waste. So these are the things that I think that our community is going to benefit the most from, and I want people to be proud of their choice. When they vote for me and they put me in office, they will see a marked difference.
How will you be present in the community?
Just like I'm present right now in the community, in the Rotary Club, with the schools, with the chambers of commerce.
Will you
I've
have
also-
office hours?
Yes, I've also I've already made a pledge to the community that says I am going to have office hours where people, and there'll be some in the evening, some in the day, because some people work all day and they still need to talk to their legislator. So I will make it convenient for them all over the county and throughout my district. So you can talk directly to me in that. And I think that will make a huge difference. And I will have regular town hall meetings throughout the district as well, because they need to hear from me, they need to see me, and I will be their representative.
You'll be present.
I will be present.
Represent. You will be
Right.
present.
It's half of the word.
I know.
Present is half of the word of representative, so
True.
that is my mantra. I will be present.
51%. So what are two things you would want voters to know about you?
I want you to know I'm a Christian, I'm a conservative. This is all in one. This is number one. I'm a Christian, I'm a conservative, hardworking Texas wife and mom. That's number one, I want you to know. Number two is no one will ever outwork me. I will be the hardest worker you have ever seen for our district, and you can depend on me. Those are the two things.
Okay. And where can they find you?
You can go to kellyfortexas.com. That's all spelled out, kellyfortexas.com. You can find out even more things that I don't have time to talk about right now. I'm so proud of my stances on the issues, conservative issues, and I want you to see pictures of my family, just hear more about me. I really, it's so limiting that we have time before the early voting in the election. I am out there every single day trying to meet all 190,000 constituents of our area. I'm doing the best I can, but I ask you to go to kellyfortexas.com and read about me. It's my phone number's on there. Please give me a call. I will meet you for coffee anywhere you'd like to go. I will go to the gun range and we can target practice. Like I said, my dad was a policeman. I'm a pretty good shot. We can target practice together and talk about what we need in this district.
So you are?
I'm Kelly McDonald. I'm a Republican candidate for House District 3 in the State House. I would really appreciate your vote. I promise you I will never let you down, and I will always be available to you. If you will vote for me, I would appreciate it very much. Thank you so much.
Okay. KellyForTexas.com, and you can also find her on Facebook. Kelly McDonald. She is running as a Republican candidate for House District 3. This show is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic and Team Sinisi Real Estate Group. I am Margie Taylor, and hope you listen and get educated. Thank you.
Thank you, Margie.